Hello everyone, thank you very much for watching Master Jason's Hong Shui channel. And today, whatever I'm going to share will have great impact to all of our life because war could be coming very soon. As we know that just recently, Iran has launched attack on some of the U.S. Military bases. And will this actually escalate into World War III? This is a worry that is norming. And a lot of people are actually afraid because once World War III start, definitely oil prices will increase and subsequently it will lead to higher inflation to many countries, and no one will be able to escape from this negative impact. So today I will try to discuss with you from a Bazi or Wei Dou Shu perspective on what will be the likely development for US or even for Iran or Israel or even the globe, entire globe. What is going to happen to our world in the upcoming few years? And as many of you have already realized that we have entered into the 车马 Hongyang year, now what we often call the fire horse year and also the fire goat year. And if you are to look at the history of mankind, actually 车马 Hongyang or this fire horse year or what we call the um, uh, 丙午 丁未 years, right? In the history of our world, actually, 车马 Hongyang then did have various very negative events that have taken place. For example, in the year 1966, that was when Cultural Revolution has taken place. And of course, if you are familiar with the history of China, you know that Cultural Revolution has caused millions and millions of deaths, and it's like families relationship become very chaotic in the sense that children will persecute their parents, and like students will persecute their teachers, landlords are being overturned in a very unfair manner, and all the intellectuals are being sent to the farmland for re-education. So it is really a very negative time. Whereas if you kind of like rewind another 60 years, we have the 1907. That is when the Empress Dowager passed away, and so also was the son of Qi Taihou, Cixi Taihou, right? They passed away, and that marked the end of the Qing dynasty. So you can see, right, whenever we enter into this kind of fire horse year, or Ding Wei, which is the fire goat year, all kinds of great social unrest will take place. And of course, if you rewind back further, right, 1126 is whereby Jing Bing Mie Bei Song is like the northern Song dynasty also kind of like collapsed due to Jing Bing, I think Jing Bing is very much like the lawman, those lawmen around that Song dynasty, they have actually overturned the rule of Bei Song, the Bei Song dynasty. Yeah. And then if you rewind another back, is like another 60 years, which is 226, year 226. The Wei Wang Di 驾崩 so 西马珍受 破国 so a lot of like dynasty actually ends in this kind of 车马 Hongyang. And if you know, 车马 Hongyang definitely will not be positive for Singapore because Singapore is of the Yiwu Day Master Dex week. If you refer to back to Singapore's Bazi chart, and I will quickly open Singapore's Bazi chart and let's discuss first of all Singapore's Bazi chart together, because most of my viewers are based in Singapore. But subsequently, I will also analyze together with you the charts of US, for example, China, Taiwan, or even Iran. So for you to have a better idea on what to be prepared for psychologically in the upcoming few years ahead. So in many of my previous videos, I have already mentioned that 2026, 2027 are going to be chaotic years. And in fact, right, if you are to look at the planetary movement, actually just within or on the 28th of February, we actually have alignment of the planets Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, and also Uranus and Neptune. They are actually kind of like in a it was a line of sight. It's like kind of what we call is like a conjunction. that like they form a line, right? Their planetary movement has formed a kind of like straight line, yeah, alignment, yeah. So that actually happens in on the 28th of February 2026, and right after that, we can see that after this planetary parade, where six planets, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Uranus, Jupiter, and Neptune, that appear to cluster along the ecliptic in the evening sky after sunset. Then came this Iran, right, bombing of the attack of the U.S. Military bases. So you can see that that actually could signal a very major change in the war situation in terms of like, especially in terms of creating more chaos, more social unrest, or even instability in the year ahead. So Iran actually launched, for those people who didn't know what has been happening to the news. Actually, as an astrologer, you have to be very updated with the latest news of what is happening in the world. Yeah? You cannot be blind. You cannot be blind by money. Being an astrologer, you really have to be like always caring about the world events, right? You don't do astrology just for the sake of earning money. You do astrology for the sake of understanding the secrets of the universe, the truth about human existence, the wisdom in life, etc. So it's not just about earning money. So you have to be familiar with the world occurrences also. So for those people who are not familiar with what has been happening, let's take a look at the black and white. Yeah. So Iran launched missiles, that has strike. What you call that? Sorry. Yeah. Let me read for you. Strike targets. All right. On multiple U.S. military bases in the Persian Gulf region yesterday, February 28th. Yeah, exactly where the six planets are at the planetary parade position in retaliation for U.S. Israeli attacks on Iran that killed Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. How do I pronounce that? Okay, let me get the pronunciation right. But if you're here, please help me with the pronunciation, because sometimes the name of all these Middle East people I'm not very familiar. Okay, so let me read this. Khamenei. Yeah, Khamenei. Yeah, Khamenei has been killed. Yeah, as reported by the news. So Iran's evolutionary guide corps targeted sites, including the U.S. Navy base in Bahrain, Fifth Fleet HQ, Al Udeid base in Qatar, and various other places. Yeah, and bases in Iraq. Yeah, sorry, my mouse actually, my webcam is blocked by my webcam, so I will move a bit. So explosions were reported with some missiles intercepted by U.S. and host nation defenses. No confirmed U.S. casualties yet. Yeah, so context and response: the strikes follows joint U.S. Israeli operations hitting Iranian military sites and leaders. President Trump warned Iran against further escalation on Truth Social, placing U.S. forces on high alert. Tensions remain high as of today, March the 1st, with ongoing strike reported. Yep, so, right, this is the background as in what is happening right now. So, of course, right, this involved one of the most powerful nations on earth, the U.S. So perhaps we will first look at the battle chart of United States first. Of course, U.S. was actually founded many years ago, so it will not make sense for me to plot U.S. Battle chart using the common software, because it is born. The founding day of U.S. was like when was it? Yeah, U.S. was founded very long ago. Yeah, it's like founding day. To give you the exact year, it was like in the year 1776. Yeah, so let me share with you the screen so that you will understand why it is kind of impossible to plot the decade using the common software, because it has been around for like 300 over years. Yeah, so it was founded 1776 July 4th of July. Yeah. So this is the battle chart of U.S. Of course, we don't have the so-called the time of founding, but we can see that U.S. right? America, the Bazi chart is having 子 Earth sitting on a toe. And if you understand this year, we are entering into the Bing Wu year. We will definitely have a high relationship, which is the harming relationship, right, with Chou, because with Ding Wu, there's a Ding fire, with Ding Chou, there's a Kui water. So first of all, we can see that the day of brunch of America is already shaken. So additionally, it is a dry chart. If you look at US, this birth chart sitting on in the month of Jiawu, this is a young wood, right? And then followed by a young wood at the earth branch. Additionally, the year heavily stems is having a young fire also. So it is definitely a dry chart. And entering into the year 2025, we can see that it is especially having the companion factor sitting on resource. Companion factor for a strong day master that belongs to this US Bazi day master, it is strong because it is sitting on a Chong Earth, and then is founded in the month of the Jiawu, which is very strong in the fire element. So the companion factor that 2025 the US have entered into is definitely a sign of war, military conflicts, or having okay, in terms of human life, yeah, when you are a strong day master and you see companions factor called Bijian, or sometimes even Bijie called rock wealth, you will definitely have issues with your friends, with your associates, with your business partners, etc. And that's why you see that's when after 2025, when Donald Trump has secured his position as the president of the United States, the first thing or the priority that he focuses on is the what we call the tariff war. Make sure that tariff war will hurt other countries in terms of their financial performance. Yeah. So Yvonne, thank you very much for watching. So you can see that US is really going into this 子 Earth trend sitting on Shi fire. Shi fire, of course, is a fire element that will also enhance this 子. So will US continue to be in conflicts with other countries? The answer is definitely a resounding yes. And Bingwu is definitely also a year whereby fire is too strong. It will definitely bring about military conflicts like what we call explosion, launching of missiles, and also high-tech war. What I mean by high-tech war is that in the coming, I hope not. I hope it's not a World War III. But if it is really a World War III, let's just call it a World War III. In the World War III, the war will be very related to technology. Means we will be like all the drones will be like used in the warfare, and then all the weapons will be like high tech kind of weapon, etc. So it is really likely to see what we call very negative turn of events, right, in the years ahead, whereby more and more people will die. And at the same time, we can see that for America, right, the month is of the a bunch of the Wu, and then the year 2026, we have Bing Wu. That is a 自行, it is a self-conflict. So there could be situation whereby the problems that US is going to face in the years ahead is caused by people of their, by the decisions of their own leader. Maybe due to, for example, we look at Donald Trump's chart, yeah. If we are to look at Donald Trump's chart, we see that he is actually one that is having the 子 Earth as the day master. And then likewise, in the year 2026, the month pillar of branch is also having Wu Wu Zhu Xing. And then we can see that currently he is entering to this Ren Yin trend. And Ren Yin trend is actually one that is having Yin Wu. Yin Wu will fuel fire, and the year Bing Wu will also means that he will not be using the resources in America in a wise manner. Okay, because the resource factor in his charts are actually his inauspicious element. So will he continue to drain the national reserve of America for warfare? That could be a high possibility. Yeah, because as we see, right, first of all, America, US itself is of a strong day master of 子 Earth. So is Donald Trump. Donald Trump, coincidentally, is really there to so-called, okay, so-called like he has like kind of like, recently he makes some speeches about the US economy and his performance, but most of the statements that he make in his speeches are false statement, not backed up by actual numbers, right? He's really just, making a lot of claims that are not backed up by facts. And indeed, as a strong day master for US, right? US, the National Day is founded on the day that is of a strong Ziwood. Donald Trump is also of a strong Ziwood. So what will happen? Okay, let me try to show you what I have drawn. Yeah, I'm sorry, I keep writing. Sometimes I didn't see the screen. So let me turn on. Yeah, so you can see, right, as explained visually, we can see that Donald Trump is a strong Zi. And then the US Bazi is also of a strong Zi, and that is exactly what we call the Bijian, right? So Bijian is very much like an element that will help you to deplete your wealth, especially when both of them are strong. So you will see Donald Trump bankrupting the US economy due to issues like war, going into war. Etc. Yeah. So all these are things that we have to be prepared in the coming days. So wars are kind of like inevitable, right? In a sense, it's very inevitable. And we can also see that due to currently the decade of US is going to this 指示, right? 指示 is also a 指 eh. So US economy, will it worsen in the coming years? I will say definitely. The best years for America, to be honest, can be said, I mean, the most glorious days are so-called, or may I rephrase it, is that you really have to make America great again. Yeah, if not, America will just go downhill. Yeah, you really have to make America great again. But will Donald Trump be in the position to make America great again? To be honest, I will say, in some extent, possible, but we can see that for Donald Trump, yeah, because he's observed day master, now he's running, and the next decade will be Kui Mao. So all these are still like water and wood kind of trend. Will we benefit the U.S. In terms of leadership? It will, but U.S. economy will definitely see decline. That is for sure. That is for sure. And of course, right, we also have to look at the that guy who is by the name of Khamenei, yeah, Khamenei. So let's open Khamenei's chart and take a look what is actually happening, why he was being killed, yeah. So let's find out Khamenei's date and time of birth first, yeah. As I mentioned, I'm a very random person, so I usually will say everything on the spot without preparing too much. So let's find out this leader, yeah, date and time of birth. Or if you are watching and you feel like giving your input, yeah, please feel free to list it down. So Ali Khamenei, yeah. So let's plot his chart. He was born in the year of the okay, I'm just typing. And the year of birth is 1939. And the month of birth is April. And the day of birth is 19. Of course, we don't have his time of birth, but I will just randomly choose a time that I think is appropriate for this case study. So if we are to look at his chart, he is likely to be a chart that is having Bing Fire as the day master. Yeah, this is the leader of the you you great you read sorry okay leader of which okay, so right, let's look at his chart together, yeah. 甲子 combine, yeah, 甲子 also combine, yeah. But we can see that, right, for this leader by the name of Khamenei, yeah, Ali Khamenei. was the supreme leader of Iran from 1989 until his death on February 28, 2026. This was also exactly when the six planets are at the planetary parade. Yeah, interestingly. But let's look at what is happening to his chart. He's likely to be a special chart of follower chart，就是我们说的重格啊。Chongge is a very special formation in the sense that it cannot stand by its own, means like it's a big fire day master, but it has to follow the strongest element within his own birth chart, which is earth element. So we can see that he is in control of Iran. Iran is a nation that is in the Middle East, or Middle East is of the earth element. Yeah, by the way. So you can see that his earth is actually all filled with earth element. The time of birth is of course is assumed as Wu Xu. The year of birth is Zi Mao, and the time of birth, the month of birth is Wu Chen with Bing Xu, right? Bing Xu as the day pillar. So it's a follower chart. That's why you can see that as at his later years, after 2003, he can actually accumulate a lot of power and wealth due to entering into the Xinyo and Sun Hai. Of course, due to the limitation of the chart. So I will write it down for you. Yeah, he's Ji Mao Mo Shen. Ji Mao Mo Shen. Okay. I will write it down for you so that it will be easier for you to decode. He was born in this Ji Mao Mu Chen Bing Xu. This time is the sorry, I will just take a look. Wu Xu, yeah, this is an assumption. Yeah, the time of birth is an assumption, but I will assume that he's a follower chart, what we call 重格. If you are a beginner in Bazi learning, you may not be very familiar with 重格. It's a very special formation whereby you have to follow the strongest element within his chart, which is this earth element, highlighted or being boxed up with the brown color. And then Mao Xu here also form a fire combination. This is a fire combination. And then at the same time, Xu and Chen also clashes. 土越冲越旺, right? When Earth clashes, it increases Earth energy. So a very high chance to be a following chart of following Earth, right? Following Earth, yeah. So in the year 2026, it is of the Bingwu year. Once his day master is being strengthened, we can see that once Bing Fire is being strengthened by Bingwu, he's 就有一个破局啊 what we call a destruction to his follower chart 破局。那很多时候破局的时候呢，也是一个人死去的时候哦。那现在他的大运是什么呢？他的大运是跟己啊，几号嘛？早期美三啊，就是子尾啊，也是子尾啊。The current decade, or just right here, decade that this sorry, I just can't remember his name. Carmenate, yeah. This decade he's in his 子尾 also. So 四五 will form a fire combination. So another situation of enhancing his day master. That's why he died. And exactly on the day he died was like 28th of February. Let's look at the 28th of February. Yeah. What happened on the 28th of February? 28th of February, that was when he died. Yeah. That was a day of Bing Wu. The Gen Yin. And it was like the day is actually Kui Mao, yeah. It's actually Kui Mao. Let me try to find out his time of death, yeah. His time. Let me try to find out his time of death, to be exact, yeah. And that will be able to help you to understand why he died, yeah. So as according to the internet, the time of his passing was around 9:30. That is local time. Media approximately or there are two. Okay, it says that his death was around 9:30 local time. Iranian state media confirming at approximately 5 a.m. though. So 5 a.m. right there was when his death was confirmed. Yeah, 5 a.m. So look at 5 a.m. What time was that? That was actually of the on the 8th, yeah, on the 8th of 28th, yeah, sorry, 28th of February. That is the time of if we look at 5 a.m. first. That is Yi Mao. Yeah. So will this be a strong charge of the fire that will fuel fire? Yes, Yi Mao is of wood, right? So for Bing fire, that is of the Chongge, you cannot see resource. That is the resource, right? That's the time of the resource. Or another reported that another timing was reported as 9:30. That is also of the Ding Shi. Exactly, also of the fire hour. So 它做一个破局啊。What we call a destruction of that special formation of the Bing fire Chongge. So that's why he died. Yeah. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah. Perhaps we'll also try to find out Iran's the founding day. Yeah. Iran founding days to see what we can observe. Founding day. But of course, right, many of my viewers are also very clever and well versed in Bazi reading. If you have any input, yeah, please feel free to share, yeah, because I always love this session to be one that's interactive. So thank you very much, Mr. Philly. Long time no see. Okay, let's take a look at Mr. Philly's comment. 火土相光相近最为奇。Same as a love hit 啦。也是啊，也是啊。其实他们都是很聪明，可是有时候呢，相关始终有点就是有点 extreme 嘛。好像 Adolf Hitler 也是嘛，他的想法很极端的，要杀掉全部的那种什么Jews 对吧 ？Jews 这些，所以呢，其实这个叫什么啊？我总之忘记他的名字怎么读啊。Kamenei 也是很 extreme 的一个人哈。可是不管怎么，我们也看一下哈，因为我常说了，我是很 random 的啊，我是想到什么我想什么，也是没有 prepare。可是我们也看一下 Iran 的啦。1979年的这个4月1号就是 Iran 的那个 founding day。我们看一下它的 founding day 能够告诉我们什么东西啊？然后呢 ，Iran 的那个 founding day 也是有没有看得到？所以呢，你能够看得到啊。You can observe that I never prepare my live session, but everything I observe immediately when you look at this Iran's founding day, right? Strong day master of Wu Earth. And Mao Xi actually form a fire combination formation, right? And then Ding fire is filled by this fire formation. Hai Mao also form a wood combination formation. So Iran is actually of a strong day master of the Wu Xi. For a strong day master of the Wu Xi, this year is exactly of the Wu year, which is not a good year for Iran, right? Definitely there will be warfare. And next year also, right? Next year is 子太岁, right? Another strong earth year for Iran. So this warfare is likely to be, I think, will escalate within 2026 and 2027 between US and Iran. It will escalate, right? If we look at the chart of US and Iran together, yeah, let's look at Iran's chart together. Middle East country, yeah, indeed, the chart is filled with earth element, very strong earth element also. Of course, I don't have the exact time of the founding, but we can see that definitely is a strong Wu of day master. And this year, Bing Wu, which is a yang fire, heavily sitting on a yang fire earth branch, it will continue to cause Iran's birth chart to be off balance in the sense that, right, let's draw it and help those beginners in Bazi learning to understand, right, what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Iran, Wu Earth, that is strong. What we call the inauspicious element, of course, will be fire, right? And then exactly Wu Earth, when seeing Wu Earth, right, this is Earth, when seeing Wu is what? Is a gold plague, 是一个狼人狼人就是好像血光之灾啊，血光。好，所以打仗这种事情很难免，一定会很大机会会发生Iran 这个 country。所以呢，伟这一年他也是值太岁所以呢，这个战争不会那么快结束This warfare will not likely to subside anytime soon. Really, we are just at the beginning phase. And that's the reason why I say, right, in the many of the forecasts that I've made before the start of 2026, do not take 2026 lightly. It is likely to be chaotic and unexpected. And then it will bring about warfare definitely. So also make sure you stock up, like have some, like buy some gold. Gold in these next 2 years may actually increase in value because it's being what we call gold when being what you call that 就是火炼啊，金杯火炼才有价值的。Whatever gold, right? When you dig the gold from the mine, you have to kind of like burn it, then it will become a valuable piece of metal. So gold within these 2 years will see increase in value. So if you want to save up these 2 years, buy gold. Yeah, buy a lot of gold and save it up. These 2 years you will prosper. But be careful when you do stock exchange, this kind of activities. Stock may actually be more volatile, ups and downs all the time, and like you really will not know what is coming next, because wartime is always unpredictable. And so be cautious, yeah, what in terms of your investment. And of course, right, we cannot deny that if we are to consider the whole world, right, now the two biggest economies, US and China, right, you cannot remove China out of the equation or not look at China at all. So let's look at China's chart also, and then to come to a mental preparedness as to what to expect in the next few years when we are to look at China. So China is actually of a Jiawu day master that is strong, as you can see. The day is Jiazi, month is Kuiyou, year is Zi, Chou. And then at the same time, we can see that for Jiawu day master, what is actually is positive element. For Jiawu day master that is strong, especially like jiazi, right? This kind of wet wood, right? Wet wood like jia is supported by zi and kui already, right? Yeah. So is like it has resource already. It's like a tree that has water, right? China is a tree that is nourished by water, right? It's nourished by water. So what is necessary for survival for Jia wood day master? Jiazi that belongs to China, which is a strong day master. Of course, you will need to have sunlight. Unfortunately, the year 2026 is where Bing fire is strong, Wu fire is also strong, right? It's dominant energy in the year 2026. So will China actually be able to do well in the year 2026 and 2027? The chances are high, especially so, right? After 2027, right? Actually, Xi Jinping, yeah, if you remember just earlier this year, he mentioned that China will be united with, oh, sorry, maybe it's the other way around, yeah. Taiwan will be united with China in the year 2026, definitely. He so-called like make this claim. This is a very bold claim, yeah, which is like like confirm plus chop, kind of like Singaporean slang, yeah, confirm plus chop. Like I will take Taiwan this year. So so will this year 2026 also see war breaking out? In this part of the world, China, Taiwan, etc. I would say the chances is also high. Yeah. So all of us really have to be cautious. It is not likely to be a very peaceful year. And then, right, we can also see, right, in the year 2027 onwards, China is entering into this fire trend, which is a positive 5-year period for China. In fact, right, for the last 5 years, China was going through this sing metal, right? This sing metal here, where my mouse is hovering over. Can you see my mouse? The blue color castle. Yeah. So the last 5 years, from 2022 onwards, China economy was not doing well at all because it is under this direct officer period. Because metal direct officer is able to enhance the strength of the resources. 金人生水, metal is able to enhance water. And when water is able to be enhanced, it will cause its auspicious element, which is fire, to be depleted. Thus, for the last 5 years, China wasn't doing well at all. And even some of the tech giants like Ma Yun, Maya, is Ma Yun. Like some of the tech giants also kind of disappeared, interestingly. Right, Ma Yun, right, 他的姓嘛都是马嘛。其实马云呢，就是某程度上马云这个人他的也是一个帮助中国的，因为火这个能量，其实你看一下中国所有的他的东西都是红色是那个你看他的 Congress 他的 flag 等等，他们都用红色，因为红色呢对中国这个共产党来说呢尤其是那个 Founding Day of China 来说 ，in terms of the founding day of China, red color is actually auspicious color because it represents the sun, the warmth that this wet tree needed. So Ma is actually a Wu fire also, right? So you see, right, actually, kind of like the last 5 years, Ma Yun also disappeared. But actually, Ma Yun is actually doing something great for the Chinese economy. In fact, a lot of Chinese people is able to sell their goods overseas, and they're able to have a better living due to income from working together with Alibaba or this Taobao. Yeah, so actually Ma Yun is actually helping. But anyway, in the year 2026 onwards, we can see that, right? 2026 and 2027 is a transition point whereby China is moving into this Shi. Well, will this Shi definitely bring tremendously great success to China? I will say, as long as China focuses on technological development, it will do well. Because this Shi, well, if you see this Shi, this Shi fire, right? Even though it's a fire element, it's able to pair with You and Chou to form a metal combination formation. So what I'm trying to say is that China, instead of focusing on military operation like metal, right? In terms of metal is always related to military. Yeah. Like for example, even in terms of like Wei Dou Shu, Jun is of the metal, right? If you look at or Shen Kong Flying Star, Jun is of the metal energy. Yeah, Jun of course is like the general, the military. Whereas Wu Qu is also related to metal. So actually, right, if China, right, is to focus on military conquest in the next 5 years, it will not do well. It will not do well because we can see that Chinese actually did a fire, not metal. When Shi Youchou will combine to form metal combination formation, means if China's government, the top those like Xi Jinping or those at the top echelon, they decided that they want to focus on military conquest, it will not benefit China because metal element is not an auspicious element for the founding day of China. Instead, if they focus on tech, because high tech like robotic, like AI, like now China has DeepSeek, robotic, all these aspect like what else? Anything that's related to tech, because all these are of fire element. So if China is to focus on this high tech development instead of focusing on military conquest, it will actually help China to be very well to do in the coming 5 year period. Yeah. So I just hope that instead of wanting to take back Taiwan by force, how about having more cooperation, like Taiwan and China joint venture in developing robotics, developing AI, or whatever technology that will benefit the livelihood of mankind. And that is also a unification in technology instead of unification through military conflicts. I think that will be a better approach for China. But if we are to also look at Taiwan's Bazi chart, Taiwan's Bazi chart is actually all right. The day is 1912 January the 1st. Yeah, so I don't know the time of birth, but we'll assume it as the official hour as a Zi hour. So we can see that Taiwan's chart is actually what? Is actually having a lot of Zi water at the up branches. And the year 2026, likewise, is having the Wu fire that will be clashing with three of its branches. And if we are to count, yeah, the decade that now Taiwan has entered into, Bazi. Okay, the software is not able to cover it right now, but I will try to plot for you the decade trend of Taiwan right now. So if we are to look at the decade trend of Taiwan, yeah, Taiwan. All right, I will write it down so that everyone will have black and white. Year of birth is Xinhai. and then month is 庚子, and then 丙子, and then time as assumed as like 木子. So the decade that okay now is like okay 2013 is 辛酉午未申酉戌 okay 戌亥辛亥. Then 2023 okay 2033 will be 辛戊己庚辛壬癸亥子丑. So you can see, right, 2023, the decade of Taiwan, right? Taiwan 应该有3点水啊。台湾现在的大运哦 the decade that Taiwan is now going through is exactly in the year 2026, which is 丙午 going through what we call 天克地冲 right 天克地冲。所以这个2026年呢真的很动荡哎啊 even Taiwan is facing all kind of clashes. At first of all 第一大运天克地冲 first of all the decade trend is having a clashing relationship both at the heavenly stem and at the up branch in the year 2026. Additionally, the supporting roots or the up branches of Taiwan are all being shaken. 子午 is one of the worst kind of clash in terms of Bazi reading. So will Taiwan actually have some kind of social unrest or like a conflict with another country or seeing military actions? Chances are very high. In fact, 人子, right? When being clashed with 丙午, right? Being clashed with 子 means there will definitely be some kind of loggerheads. Something that China or any other countries that is not in good terms with Taiwan may actually attack Taiwan. Be it in tech war or economical warfare, etc. Yeah, or even health. Like they cut if there are a pandemic, they cut off supply, medical supply for Taiwan. All this will also kill Taiwan. So what I'm trying to say is that 2026, having observed the founding day chart of many nations, it is going to be a chaotic year, disastrous year, full of many life loss and a lot of chaos. Chaotic situation is inevitable. And if we are to look at the flying star of Wei Dou, I mean the year chart of 2026 of the entering spring, yeah, I actually have plotted this chart before the entering spring chart of 2026. From Wei Dou Shu perspective, perhaps I will plot it a little, I don't know where I save it. So let's look at this 2026. The entering spring is on the 4th of February. And what happened in this year? We can see that we have the flying star sequence, right? If we are familiar with the flying star sequence, yeah. Can you see more clearly this way or this way? This is too small, yeah. All right, let me try to hide this, yeah, so that it will be clearer. Okay, so you can see the whole chart now, right? Yeah, so this is the founding day. I mean, sorry. Okay, this is not, okay, let me plot it properly, right? 2026. Okay, yeah, this is correct. Yeah. So, right, we can see that in the year 2026, we have Taiyang at the live domain, paired with Jimen at the dark position. All these are often related to conflicts. Jimen, Taiyang, Taiyang is a dissemination of information. Jimen is always about conflicts. And then we also see Taiying at a dark position, being paired with a negativity enhancer star at the career domain. In terms of 紫微斗数, our career domain 是我们的气数位 or the factor, the domain that affects our luck and our development the most. And when you see Taiying at a dark position and seeing a negativity enhancer star, what will that mean? Right, as the day chart, this is the day chart, yeah, as 2026, February 4th, the yin hour, which is the time whereby we are entering the spring of 2026. So we have this tying at a dark position. It means pessimistic outlook in the year 2026, both in terms of the economy, both in terms of the employment prospect of many people, both in terms of investment. Timing is also related to investment, by the way, yeah, especially those very fixed investment. So prices of investment, like even like property, will there be a possibility of seeing a decline? Possible, I will say it's very possible because Taiying is always related to 田宅，它是一个田宅族啊。田宅族 is related to property, yeah. So we have to prepare for tough, rather tough ride ahead. Yeah, to be honest, it's not going to be like easy. Things are going to be like at the same time, commodities will be more expensive due to the prices of oil increase, right? Because of course, when you see all these conflicts in the Middle East, that's where all the oil comes from, right? So when all these conflicts take place, oil prices will definitely be increased due to maybe they will like cut off the supply of oil. So when oil prices increase, all kinds of commodities will eventually see appreciation in price also. But in terms of investment, a lot of people will want to sell off their investment. Thus, the dropping of prices of property or other kind of fixed assets is likely, like stock. That's why if you play stock in the year 2026, will be very important for you to be very cautious. Or of course, like if you are into short-term trading, will that actually help you to earn a profit? I'm not very kind of stock kind of person, but I'm just saying that try not to sell them off at these 2 years, because you will see a lowering in the value of whatever investment that you are kind of like looking into. Whereas you can consider like investment in gold, because we can see that the 兄弟宫, which is the property domain of the wealth domain, is in Wu Qu. Wu Qu is actually related to the metal element, and Wu Qu is actually at a bright position. So a lot of people will continue to buy gold and jacking up the prices of gold in these 2 years especially. So gold investment is something that you can consider in the year 2026, 2027. Additionally, we can see that the wealth catalyst star, which is called 化禄, is being paired with the 天机 at the 福德宫, facing 天梁化权. So it means that in the area of tech, there will still be lucrative outcome. People will continue to believe in technology, will continue to invest into technology. And 天梁 being paired with 化权 is also related to technology that can serve people. 天梁 is a star that is always related to taking care of people. So you will see robotics or any software or AI that is like related to helping people will continue to see upgrading, improvement, or a new breakthrough in this aspect. But financial institution, most of them will not do well because tying at a dark position facing a negativity enhancer star. So a lot of financial institution may be like if you have been borrowing from banks, they will call loans, they try ask you to return the debts that you have borrowed, etc. So be prepared mentally, stay be conservative. Do not take unnecessary risk, financial risk within these 2 years. Yeah, this will help you to tie through the year 2026 and 2027. And of course, right, this year, if we are to look at the year flying star though, yeah, the year flying star, it is actually having what we call the 天同化禄, yeah, 天同化禄. Right, 丙午年, the 丙 heavenly stem will cause 天同 to be at being paired with the 化禄, which is the wealth catalyst star. So anything that is related to well-being will also do well, like for example therapy, like for example like people who are into psychotherapy, or like helping people to relax, have better well-being, for example exercise, or even like spa, anything that help people to have better well-being or to enjoy. Because the year 2026, many people will have psychological illness. Yeah. So if you're into like therapy or this kind of industry, most likely you will see support from clients or your coach. Yeah, I have some clients who are coach, business coach, for example, how to resolve conflicts in the workplace. They teach this kind of thing. Yeah, so you can actually consider this kind of industry in the year 2026. Whereas the Tianji in modern context is always related to technology. So it will be 新化权. So means technology, right, like AI, robotics will still continue to prosper. This industry will continue to prosper. At the same time, we also see 文昌 being 派为化科, right? 文昌 being 派为化科. Information technology, right? In modern context, Wenchang is related to info, like content creation. So if you are into content creation, you are a vlogger, you are an influencer, you are a KOL, you are an influencer, you are someone who always do live broadcasts like me, yeah, you will continue to do well also if Huake is very much like a reputation catalyst or a star that will bring about, academic achievement. So actually, this is a good year for upgrading also. Maybe like for those people who are being retrenched in the year 2026, you don't have a job, maybe it's a good time for you to pause for a while, go back to school, learn something new, upgrade your skill, learn AI, whatever. Yeah, for academic achievement is a good year also. So it also means that if you are into educational kind of industry, you will also do well. Yeah, you will also do well. So you may consider this industry, for the year 2026, you want to launch your business. But lastly, we have the 廉政 at the being paired with the negativity enhancer star, right? 化忌，廉政性难临啊，而且呢，廉政永远都是代表那种我们就是 politics，international diplomacy, all these things, yeah. So when you see 廉政 being paired with 化忌, a negativity enhancer star, right? A negativity enhancer star, it will means that tension between countries will be very tense. There will be warfare between different nations. Nations will not be seeing eye to eye with one another. War will continue to escalate. Those existing war, like those wars between Russia and Ukraine, will not be stopping in the year 2026 or 2027. So really, all the great nations will be in a state of turmoil. And also, if we are to also look at Huoxing and Lingxing, yeah, they have actually fallen into the wealth domain in the chart of 2026. And that will also means that a lot of great spending will be experienced by nation that is related to warfare. So military warfare will bring about a lot of national reserve kind of drainage. That will definitely happen to America also. So very likely after Donald Trump's this round of presidency, will America go bankrupt? I'm sure it will definitely be worse before Donald Trump take office. But he will still be able to have some say in the government due to the current decade trend that he is in. Yeah. So perhaps we'll also look at Donald Trump, Wei Dou Shu chart. I know today I try to cover many things, yeah, but don't mind me. Yeah, I'm someone who is like just talk whatever that comes to my mind. So when you look at Donald Trump's Wei Dou Shu chart in the 2026, exactly Donald Trump is also having Qi Sa, 7 killing star at his life domain, being paired with Huoxing Qin Yang. Tianxiang, all these are actually not very positive stars. These stars are usually signaling military conflicts, warfare, not seeing eye to eye with other nations, etc. Qin Yang is also a good play. Qi is 7 killing, of course, like right due to his presidency. There will be more life loss also. Well, Iran leader is also died. Many people actually like being killed or being kidnapped. Not many lah, but a lot of people in the US are also being deported due to his immigration policy, etc. And then in the year 2026, the Donald Trump's wealth domain is facing double of the negativity enhancer star, being paid 连真. Lianzhen is always related to negative international diplomacy. So he will actually have a lot of enemies in the year 2026. So Hua Ji, double of the Hua Ji facing the wealth domain of Donald Trump with Tanang at a dark position, he will be draining US reserve hugely. So he will be using all the resources at his disposal to launch a war or like, put his political statement across, for whatever that will benefit his own, image or position, political position. Yeah, but still, he will be able to be in charge. In the year 2026, Donald Trump is still having the Hua Quan, which is the authority catalyst star at his career domain, seeing Po Jun. Po Jun is also a military general. So you can see that military conflict or warfare will be inevitable. They will definitely take place in the year 2026. So what I'm trying to say is that please be mentally prepared. Yeah, every one of us, please know that 2026 is not likely to be a year that is smooth sailing. And this Qingyang Toro also is at the Qianyi and Guanglu of the year 2026 Wei Dou Shu chart. So we have to be, really buckle up your belt. Yeah, we have to be prepared for a rough ride. Yeah, so any comments from any viewers? I really share a lot today, yeah, but hopefully whatever I share today will be helpful for all of us. So thank you all for watching, and of course, right, lastly, I also have to inform all of us that in terms of health, yeah, this year, because it's very strong in the fire element, so all of us should also take good care of our heart, like issue with our heart. And sometimes also the 廉真化剂 is always related to infection, always related to cancer, having a blood issue. So be very cautious of all these blood-related issues or psychological illness like anxiety, panic disorder, or or anything that like stress that will bring about mental health issue. Yeah. So this is the advice that I will give to all of us, because ultimately health is still the greatest form of wealth. Without health, basically life is meaningless. So make sure all of us take good care of ourselves also. And lastly, because this year is of a 廉政化季, so a lot of people will go into relationship problems also. Like people will be getting divorced, or you are in a relationship, but you will be in a very complicated kind of relationship. A lot of people from the environment will affect your decision in terms of love. You want to love someone, but there are obstacles, etc. So, actually, towards the beginning of this year, we know about this Lim brother or something, right? They have this scandal, right? Also, is related to like extramarital relationship. So, all of us who are already in a relationship, make sure we be extra patient and pay more attention to how we sustain the relationship, how to cultivate and try to avoid, all these so-called marital issues like the Lim brother scandal that happened to us like in the month of January 2026. Is a cheating controversy surrounding Melvin Lim, co-founder and CEO of Singapore real estate firm Property Lim Brothers, and Vice President Grace Tan, both married to others. So allegations surfaced January 25th on Reddit. Videos allegedly showing it says morning from PLB office at the pair existing together, recorded by laboring agents. So blah 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 blah. So really, even all these marital issues, or relationship problems will be more apparent, or like it will take place more frequently in the year 2026 for many people. So I hope that all people who are in love cherish your loved ones. 就是有缘者呢，珍视你的伴侣了，好不好？ So and additionally, another point that I would like to touch on is that the year 2026 is also where Northwest is facing the two black illness star. Yeah, if you're familiar with the 玄空 flying star. So 玄空 flying star, Northwest, which is the 乾卦, right? Those people who are into feng shui will know that 乾卦is actually related to Northwest. And what is Northwest is the 乾卦. Okay, well, I can't like repeat myself, but 乾卦in the year 2026, 乾卦represent 父亲 or leader. So a lot of political leader, government leader, or whatever leader, like bank leader or whatever, political party leader, they all will have some kind of problems. Like Pritam Singh earlier this year, Pritam Singh, yeah, he was being like kind of pulled down from his position as the leader. And I also have actually like mentioned a little bit about Pritam Singh's chart in the year 2026, right? He's actually having this decade of water clashing with Wu. Yeah, so not a good year for Pritam Singh. And likewise, if you look at the news, yeah, recently, Prime Minister Lawrence Wong is also facing some issue. Like I think China, some people like make about hundreds of fake video of Prime Minister Lawrence Wong, like trying to make some fake video to say that like his political position is being affected by whatever reason. I'm not very familiar, but I heard about this news. So moving onward, I hope that like people like our previous Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong also must be cautious of his health, because if you remember previous Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, his chart is of kind of like Bing Xu also. And then he's currently entering into this role. Wu Yong actually will have a Shangpo, right? This year we'll have a Shangpo relationship, with with the year development. And 2026, right, is also exactly having a clashing relationship with his heavily stemmed rainwater and earth heavily stemmed rainwater. So clashes and poor, not really a good sign for his health. So I wish him good luck. Wish him good health also. Please take good care of your health, especially related to issues related to blood, lymphatic system, cancer, tumor, heart issue. All these issues are something that our previous Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong has to take good care of, and be cautious also. And at the same time, this year we have the flying star, which is Southwest, which is having the all right, I finished the Qiangua first, yeah. Just like I talked about it halfway. So Qiangua is northwest, is where our two black unit star is. So two black, of course, is unit star, right? As it say, 就是二黑嘛，小病星嘛，小病福星二黑. So a lot of leader of the house also, like fatherly figure inside the house, make sure take good care of your health also. And then southwest is of the Kunqua. Southwest is of the Kunqua. So leader of the house, female leader especially, female leader of the house also have to be cautious, because this year our Southwest is having the Po Jun. What does Po Jun means? Po Jun is sometimes can be related to drainage, financial drainage. Like for example, people promise you money, but ultimately they did not give you the money, and or someone like kind of like want to borrow money from you for whatever purpose. They lie to you to borrow money, scam, and also like sometimes like all kinds of like sometimes even legal issues. Yeah. So you guys like a female leader of the house, of the Kunqua, you also have to take care of all these what we call negative problems. And at the same time, Po Jun, it sometimes can also means hidden enemies. So maybe your friends, like they are double faced in front of you, they are very friendly, but at the back they are trying to like gossip about you, etc. Yeah, so ultimately, right, 2026 is not a very good year for for many of us. Yeah, father figure, mother figure, different relations. Yeah, so really, yeah, hopefully all of us will really take good care. Yeah. So thank you all for watching. Any comments from any viewers, I will be happy to answer, or any questions. Any questions, please feel free to ask. Yeah. Any questions from any viewers? Any input? We'll be more than glad if there's any input. If not, please understand that I will be conducting the Pray Tai Sui in the coming days already. So please know that you can still register and take part, because a lot of people want to register. So I will give some time allowance. But for other info, please feel free to go to my Facebook to be updated. And my feng shui service and astrological reading consultation is still available. And so is Arjan's year forecast for the 2026. You will be given a report. And for my forecast, likewise, you'll be given a report. So if you need that any kind of astrological prediction, forecast, or even choosing the number like car number, the other day I chose the car number for my client, and it came out consolation price. Well, just for good luck, yeah. Really, I sometimes I base on their birth chart and choose for them a good luck number that is of good luck. So somehow it will also come out in the lottery. I don't know why, but really just for the fun of it, yeah. Do not be addicted to gambling. Yeah, really just for the fun of it. But if you need to choose an auspicious number for your car or for your number, yeah, do reach out to me. I can also help you do that. So other various kinds of Bazi learning kind of process are also available. How do you determine your strength in terms of day master strength? You can also find them out. And other various videos that I have made, and also various consult feng shui audit that I have conducted. Yeah, you can find out more information on my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. What else? And the Telegram also. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching, and wishing you a beautiful Sunday evening. And please take good care in the year 2026. Bye bye.